Hey guys, Old Beauty Cars Workshop. Well, got a treat for you guys today. I um I recently got a cousin of mine to do some 3D printing for me, and um, we got made a six-cylinder. So here's I'm actually going to be building a 112 scale 57 Chevy, and here's the small block Chevy, probably a 350 or 283 or 327, whatever these were uh, for those years. So, anyways, so here's a straight six, probably 250 six or a. I think actually the 290s came a bit later, but I think this one here is a 256. So I'm building a gasser. So I got my cousin to 3D print me a motor. So it's sort of high. It's kind of detailed, but I mean it still needs a lot of scratch building to get it to look um, the part right. But got a downscale to 112 scale. Looks pretty good. We did two versions. The first time we did this, the motor was too big, so basically I take dimensions from the V8 and kind of modify it, right? So like the six-cylinder is a little bit longer than longer than the V8, of course, right? So we had basically scaled down. I think it's pretty close, and I think the block may be a little bit too tall, but I'm gonna have to investigate that. If it is too tall, then I'm gonna have to cut it and bring it down a bit. But I'm gonna have to do some. I'll just have to look at some pictures online and figure it out and see if the block is um, taller than the V8, right? So I mean there it is right there. So um, it is a little bit taller. And once you get the valve cover, I mean here's the oil pan on there, and the valve cover. Still have to trim off the flash. So, but yeah. So it may be a little bit too tall, I'm thinking. So I'm gonna have to just cut it down a little bit. So there you have it. So, like I said, I'm thinking that the block itself might be a little bit too tall. I'm gonna have to trim it down a bit. So we'll see. We're gonna have to do some checking out and see how much we need to take out and go from there. So, anyways, this is Monogram 57 Chevy kit. I bought a bunch of kits off this guy. It was a few years ago, I guess now, and I bought a bunch of kits out where some were built and some were not built, and had this 57 Chevy 112 scale, and it's a pretty rare model to come across nowadays. But it's been started. Someone painted it black, and you need some help, but nothing crazy. Kind of been put together. So we're going to modify this, and I'm actually going to get my cousin, because he has a 3D printer and he's a computer genius. So I don't. I mean, if I wanted to, I could get a 3D printer, but it's better to hire someone else that knows what the hell they're doing and do this kind of stuff. So anyway, I was gonna take out this front suspension and put a straight axle in here. And I'm gonna get probably a 3D printed straight axle for it. He'll put one up for me, and of course leaf springs for it too. We'll do that and go from there. So we might end up just taking the leaf springs from the original kit and copying them and have a set for the front, right? So, or maybe we might end up scratch building our own straight axle. But I think 3D printing a straight axle for this car is probably a lot better. So, um, you know, the other option I had was the other thing I was going to do is mean, to be error correct. Sorry guys, my camera, the battery packed it in. So one of the ideas I had was to take the, of course I was thinking about taking the motor from the 69 Camaro, the 396, and put it in here. But then I thought wouldn't be too error correct, because I don't know if they had big blocks way back in the 50s or not. I'm not too sure about that. But small blocks I do. I know that straight six and small blocks for sure. Probably some industrial applications had big block engines, but not in the cars at that time, I think. You guys can correct me if you want. I just don't know a whole lot about that. So, but anyways, so here's the engine from this car. Like I said, I don't know exactly. I think it's either 283 or 327 for this year of car. So we're going to do quite a bit of scratch building on the engine, of course. Let's put a timing cover in there, and basically, then make basically we're going to have to copy a bell housing. Take this, I have a cast here I made a while back. Here's the cast for the block. What I may end up doing is I may end up making another cast. This is kind of crappy, but doing another casting. I've been using plasticine. Actually, what I may do, because I have silicone, is I may end up may just cut this off here, and I know you guys say, oh, you're gonna destroy that. Well, not really, but I'm gonna cut this bell housing off here, cast it, so I have a bell housing for this transmission. So I think it'll work. I think it'll work all right for that application. So I think actually the bell housing for a straight six probably would have been a lot smaller than this V8 bell housing, but that's all we have for now, and that's what we're going to go with. So so we're going to figure out the mounting. We have a tiny little hex nuts. We have some of those now, little tiny ones, and we can add the detail on there if we want. So this is covered by paint, kind of hard to see, but we have to figure out starter location and oil, of course the oil filter, dipstick, distributor. Distributor probably go on this side because it's probably going on this side, and coil and wire it and such. So that's kind of a cool build. I'm looking forward to doing this. I've been bugging my cousin to get this done here. So we're gonna have to. Here's the oil pan detail. It's kind of a bit grainy, but no big deal. And just have to trim it back a bit. And sharp. These edges are sharp, so we're gonna have to sand those down. And the valve cover is quite similar to what would have been on the straight six engine. So as all the right detail in there, I'm going to play with that and get it looking proper. So anyways, that's what to see on that for now. So stay tuned for updates on the 57 Chevy, 112 scale 57 Chevy build. We're going to make it into a gasser, and we'll be doing a lot of modifications to this car. Just something someone would have driven back when. Decided to hop up their parents' car or whatever, or someone had big bucks to do a rat rod, or even if it was something that was found in a wrecking yard or something, and decided to make it to a gasser, which probably would have been more realistic. So yeah, pretty cool. Very interested in doing this project. So anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks to all subscribers. I'm still thinking about doing a giveaway, but I'm going to figure out how to do the giveaway thing because I don't know who was the last subscriber. So we're going to have to do something for that. Figure things out. And we are also my cousin of mine. He's thinking of building a 55 or 56. I think it's 55 Chevy 112 scale. So that'd be kind of cool. In a 3D printed body. Of course, we all know that the 57 does have some similar parts, but the 55 is it's a lot different. So yeah, so just things to come. Anyways, if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and tell me your opinions on the straight six if you like that kind of thing. I'm very fond of the straight six engine. I just like them. They're unusual, and we're gonna do some cool stuff with this. Something like an Offenhauser intake, dual 4 barrels. I don't know. A header, possibly, more likely, probably. So cool. So you may find this kind of a setup, finding an engine like this, maybe on Shapeways, 3D Shapeways, or someone who has a 3D printer can do something for you. But it's pretty basic. Just have to use different programs to scale down the engine and get it to what you want. So, all right, there you have it. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more updates on this car. Bye for now, guys.